Spoil.
Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans by fans, with your hosts, Jessy Martin,
Because 90% of them are wrong. They're fucking wrong.
Max Taman,
You've got a plate of shit and you've got a bowl of shit. They're the same thing.
Scott Hartley,
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
John Taman,
What the hell was I talking about?
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
and now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taman.
Hey everybody, welcome to fucking championship week and all that whatnot. I don't know what the hell happened there on Miss Happy's face, but it looks like she needs a shave. Maybe she's from Philadelphia. Ha ha ha! All right, so for everybody that has never been to Philadelphia and are heading up there for the game this weekend, be aware that a lot of their girls have mustaches, man. I mean, there's a lot of cute ones too, but a lot of them have mustaches. So, you know, you can be discerning when you're out there at the fucking strip clubs. They all kind of run the same. Hey, I'll tell you what. It is Victory Monday. How's everybody feeling after a day of celebrating the divisional playoff victory? First, over here to my right, the lovely and talented Jessy Martin. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, John. Thanks
turning
for
this
having
happy
me,
up.
as always.
It's my pleasure, sir. It's glad to have you.
Like it still feels surreal, Like we're fucking going to the NFC Championship.
Yes, we are.
The NFC,
Yes, we are.
We're one fucking game away. One game.
It's just over the hill. It's just over the hill. Before we go any further, we must stop, of course, over in Barrow and Furnace, UK, and say hello to our good and cultured friend, Scott Hartley. I'm sorry, I called you cultured. Is that true?
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't go as far as cultured. That's maybe a bit of a stretch, John, to be fair. But, yeah, man, all good. What a day. What a day. The people of Barrow and Furnace already aware that we were in the championship game through my screaming down the street. My word, if we get there, this is going to be crazy.
Let's not look ahead now. Let's not look ahead.
But
Trust
we're
me.
going to have to.
I was looking ahead one day to saying to myself, maybe I could retire at 45. And then, no, down below my good son there, Max Taman, he came along.
You look
that was
closely, you
that.
see the tire tracks right here.
I wouldn't have it any other way. How you doing today, bud?
Like Jesse said, it's still surreal. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. This is just something you see on Madden.
Really? Do I look all maddened out?
No, we're going to. You can't play Madden to save your life, but we're going to the championship game.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Is we're going to the NFC Championship.
And I disagree. I think depending on what who I'm playing against to save my life, I might be able to win. But that person's going to have to be, under the age of 2 and give up after 10 seconds or a monkey. I might be able to beat a monkey. Yeah, it is. It's fucking great, man. It's absolutely incredible. I forgot how to feel this way going to a championship game. And I mean, Philadelphia, fuck them. Fuck them is what I say. I'm not at all concerned. I mean, they might beat us, but I don't think that we are in any way like I felt last week. Like we were just going up there to get slaughtered by the team that was on, the team of destiny. Am I wrong in feeling this way, Jesse? How do you feel about playing the Eagles? Now, how about this? How about testing Jesse's young relationship right off the fucking bat with a championship game?
There's no mercy. There's no, I
There's no safe word, is what I just heard, Scott.
I know, yeah.
I had an epiphany when I was driving back from DC today. 43 years. Okay.
Yeah.
I've had flowing through my veins disdain, loathing. I've despised the Dallas Cowboys. And today it just dawned on me that now I hate the Philadelphia Eagles more than I hate the Dallas Cowboys. And you might think, no way. No, I absolutely do. I don't fuck the Eagles. I would rather see the Cowboys win the Super Bowl than the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Right there.
That fun.
There goes Jesse's relationship. There you go. He said it right then and there. All right. I'll tell you what. I think spice is good for a house. Scotty, you say that the people of Barrow and Furnace are aware that the Commanders went to the playoffs or went to the championship the other night. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of your neighbors knew who the fuck you were and what the hell you were talking about when you were run down the street at 4 o'clock in the morning?
None. They were like, what is this? We need to call the local loony bin, because that's probably where I needed to go after that. But yeah, man, what a day. I mean, just me and Max have never experienced this. So yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know what's going on. I'm looking at this and thinking ahead. I'm getting thoughts of, could we get there? Do you know what I mean? Lots and lots still to go, but yeah, just an incredible game. An incredible game that even with 5 minutes to go, you were thinking to yourself, this is done. And it wasn't a game where we've had games recently where it's been the last play of the game, the last 30 seconds, the last 5 seconds. This was, I don't want to say easy, but it
was dominant.
Yeah,
they dominated.
The word. Dominant.
And they've been dominating the last few games. Here, I'll tell you what. Let's just watch this real quick.
3rd and 10. 4-man rush. It's Goff throwing over the middle, and it's picked off. Jeremy Chin, and Washington will be going to the NFC Championship for the first time in 33 years.
There you go. And
3 years.
Fox, if you're going to go ahead and sue me for that, whatever, man. My name is Keith Gray, and I live in New Jersey. Anyway, I want to say this to all the fans out there, man. For everybody that stuck through it, for everybody that held on and was there. I mean, I remember 32 years ago. I remember what this was like, and I just want to say to every one of the fans that are out there, no, wait, not you. This is great. Love this shit. Go ahead, just take it. No, not you. Love it. This is wonderful. It's Philadelphia. It's for all the fucking marbles. It's for the fuck off. You ain't getting nothing. It's for the championship of the goddamn NFC so that we can go into the Super Bowl, and whether Scott and Scouse and Burrows want to cry about it, for the championship of the world. 60 minutes away. Hey, well, I mean, dude, y'all put up a football team and, we'll see who squares up. Well, we can do that. That's right. I'm talking some shit. And goodbye to this clown. 1 year it took. 1 year after this idiot was gone. God damn it. Why can't I have a part of this? I'm retiring this thing. There he goes. My dog's going to eat him now. All right. So, Jesse, you said you updated the you said you updated the list. Let me take a look at what we got going on.
One thing on there.
Let me just see what we got.
Yeah, but we had some breaking news happen about an hour and a half ago.
Did we now?
Yeah. Did you not see this?
No. You told me about the breaking news about our favorite baseball team, but go ahead.
No.
What happened now?
Ben Johnson is to the Bears.
Oh, that's right. I did see that Ben Johnson was going to the Bears. They have weapons. They just got to protect that guy and see if they can bring him along. But Ben Johnson, fuck you, man. I couldn't care less. This dude treated us like clowns last year, said we were a basketball organization, whatever the fuck happened to you. Yes, on Saturday night, these motherfuckers dunked all over you. Jesse, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. Thank you very much.
I will
Scott.
say that shuffle pass that he called that David Montgomery threw was one of the best things I've ever seen on a football field.
Yeah, it was pretty good. That was pretty good. If it works. If it works.
The trick play to Williams as well, man. I was like, I was feeling sick then. I was like, no, that's all I need. How many messages was it, though? That's what I want to know. Was it
771 messages.
It was 771. And I went through after we got off on Saturday night, and I listened to every single one.
Those were callbacks on Joe Witt's answering machine because of his interview that he took with the New York Jets the other day, which I might say, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but because of the far-reaching fingers of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, we were able to obtain audio of Joe Witt's interview with the New York Jets. So here you go. This is for the first time ever.
Hello?
Hello. You have reached the New York Jets automated interview system. If you are calling to be interviewed for the position of head coach, please press 1. Please say your name.
Joe Witt.
Thank you. If you are
So there you have it. Joe Witt's interview with the New York Jets, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. All right, you know what? So fuck it. Let's get on to the Lions game. I'm tired of wasting time with the general bullshit session of the show, man. How fucking awesome was this? I mean, we keep saying how awesome with this, but really, at what point did you know that this game was ours? I mean, Scott, you said with 5 minutes to go, you felt comfortable that it was over. There was nothing they could do. At what point
when the fans started leaving the stadium, I was like, "Yeah, this is it. We're here now." It just didn't feel out of reach. It was dominant throughout pretty much all of the game. It was they score, we score. You know, when you're 17 points up with 5 minutes to go, that's when you go. Do you know what? We're there now. That's kind of where I was.
For me, though, to build on that, with how explosive that team was, I couldn't relax.
It wasn't until the Jeremy Chin interception was when.
Look, that photo that I showed to you guys of me and Megan's heartbeats during the game, that was with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, when first off, when when Quan Martin intercepted the pass and took it into the end zone, that was fucking greatness right there. And that gave us, I think, the propulsion to say that fuck their offense. You know what? Fuck their offense. Just take it.
You think that, and then a minute later, Jamison Williams ran 61 yards.
That's fine. I get it. But see, we got a guy, and we can handle that kind of thing. They might get one here and there, but we're going to take the ball more than you can put it in the end zone, the way I saw it. And they did. 5 times they took the ball. They only put it in the end zone 4 times. Am I wrong? There you go. That's how you do it. I'll tell you what. I thought Tom Brady had some excellent perspective during the course of the game. This is what he said towards the end.
Look, you just need an onside kick and a Hail Mary. Yeah.
That's all. I love how the other Burkhardt goes, yeah, that's all you need. Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
Look, you just need an onside kick and a Hail Mary. Yeah.
Can I just point out the one thing that I didn't like about the broadcast was the absolute dick licking that Burkhardt was doing on the Lions all day.
I thought Tom Brady was good.
Shut up.
I was kind of surprised.
Brady was pretty good.
Brady was good. He sucked in the beginning of the year, but he's finally found his footing. But I think you're right, Scotty. Burkhardt was. Where's that nice video? I don't know if John still.
Oh, I've got the video of okay. Well, Burkhardt, I think, came in expecting the Lions to win. That was Kevin Burkhardt talking about the Lions practically. And it's another gorgeous interception by Jared Goff. Look at how he threw that ball straight to Mike Sandershill. Fantastic. I'll tell you what. I'll hold on to that for a little while. But, I thought that when Terry broke that long one, when he broke that screen pass and he broke through those 2 tackles, because our screen game, especially to Terry, has been really kind of nothing most of the year. And that one, for all the times that he ran – excuse me, say it again?
That's why you call them all year, though, is because that one's going to break and it's going to make it worth it.
I get it. I know, and that's what I'm saying.
We also call screens to set other stuff up, too.
Sure.
We've been doing that all year round. So it's to keep the defense honest and,
Yeah, well, I think most of the time when the screen to Terry didn't work was because we failed to execute it properly. It's because we couldn't get our blockers out there fast enough.
Diami blocked one guy that knocked 2 guys down.
Diami Brown.
And I'll give Jaden a little bit more credit on that is because the screen was only for one side of the field. I mean, he had another hot read. He saw that it was 3-on-2 over there. So, why wouldn't you? Jaden just made a perfect call to do that.
But that whole game was it was a masterclass of offense.
Mm-hmm. It was.
On both sides.
I've got to be honest. The second quarter was just insane.
42 points in the second quarter.
28 to 14
ever in a playoff game.
It was insane, insanity, and it was really loud. And what I was most impressed was the silent count and the way that there was a lot of no huddle, which we've used all season. Fine, but even hand signal calls, things that were going on that you didn't see. This didn't even bother the team in any way, shape, or form. That,
No.
it's going to be loud, it's going to be the atmosphere, da-da-da-da-da. Nothing.
We got called for
just nothing.
we got called for a motion penalty early on. Go ahead, Max.
We had a false start where our center raised his head.
Right.
That was weird, yeah. Unbelievable.
That was weird. But I'll tell you what, big fucking time for Trent Scott came in there.
Yeah.
When he was the one that was. I mean, I don't know what the hell he's doing when he's sticking his arm out there, but I'm assuming that he's making some kind of fucking call. He's not just stretching. But that was him coming in off the bench and doing that. Kind of surprised me because that had been Allegretti all the way up until last week.
Well,
Now-
that's the signal. That's for the silent snap count.
Right.
Yeah.
But Allegretti had been doing it, and Trent Scott came in off the bench and was handling it. So I tell you what, Scott, I thought, prevailed himself really well. I think the last 2 weeks, the offensive line has really stepped up.
Scott, you did great.
Thank you.
Way to go, Scott. Way to go.
Yeah, but they got a pretty big test coming up in
So
They have.
Jalen
Here's-
Carter
and-
and Trent Scott is not a good matchup whatsoever.
So, can I build on something that I noticed today?
Yes.
So, I think we can all agree this was Mike Sanderstill's best game.
By miles. Yeah.
I wouldn't say by miles, but it was a damn good one.
He's had
He's
some
been really damn
games.
good all year. Yeah.
He's had real good games, yes, but
This
this
was
is
an
the first
excellent
time he's been made that much of an impact on the stat sheet with 2 picks.
The first one.
And mind you, so with that first one, that was a cover 4 that we called. So cover 4, corners drop deep, safety. The back of the field gets split into quarters. Mikey Sanders still read it because he read that no receiver was coming towards him, and he trailed the receiver. If Mikey didn't trail the receiver, that receiver's open by 25
wide open.
yards.
Hell yeah.
But do you think that that's down to the fact that he was a wide receiver and that he can cut that route off and understands
that
it?
and coaching.
That part, yes.
Jameson Williams, he made a mistake too. Veteran receivers would have actually gone after that ball. That ball was
That
thrown a
wasn't
little
James.
bit
That was
short.
Tim
too.
Patrick.
That was Patrick, but he
was Tim
didn't. He
Patrick.
undercut the
That was way
in the back of the end zone.
Patrick.
Chris
He
Hartley
undercut him.
Hawkins says,
That was a
"Do you wanna be the
beautiful
new
play on the ball."
D coordinator, Max.
Let's
Sign
see.
me up.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yeah.
I'll take that
Chris.
salary.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Max, what be? Look, we brought Max on because he played a lot of Madden and he can do this kind of shit and make us look like we're a real show. Hey, let me tell you about cover 4.
It's a cover
That's
4
fair.
concept. Sanders still undercuts the route. There's not really a thing that Patrick can do unless he stops.
Yes,
and
he
dives
could.
back,
He could have gone and attacked the ball. I mean,
which is what I was in the. You can stop
Yeah.
your momentum running a post route to come back towards it, or you.
I don't think he saw Mikey.
And that's the thing is he didn't see the corner because it's a cover 4 concept.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cover 4 beater. So when you call that play, you read that they're in cover 4. You have no expectation of someone to come from behind you.
That's right. He didn't. But Mikey undercut that route beautifully. That was beautiful.
It was so good. So
Gorgeous.
good.
Gorgeous. Let's see. What is Bang Bang Bowman says? Colts signed the former Bengal defensive coordinator to be their defensive coordinator for
he's
what?
Anarumo is
Lou-
an
well,
Indian.
It was
Hey.
Lou Anarumo. Yeah,
He's a
actually
good
had
Lou
damn
Anarumo.
defensive
He
coordinator.
is a good coordinator.
He just look at the Bengals roster. There's nobody like they had shit. Yeah, I think that's a really good fucking really good hire for the Colts. Yeah, I thought it was Jameson. I'm pretty sure it was Jameson Williams that did that.
Maybe. Well, Jameson Williams threw the other interception.
He did.
Which was also a
did.
dumb pass.
Dumb.
He should never have thrown that ball.
Dumb.
Hang on, I'm looking for something. Y'all go ahead and talk.
I just don't know what he saw there. You know, I've watched this game. I've watched it so many times. It feels like I don't know what Jameson was seeing there. I mean, was he just trying to throw it up for a prayer? But I mean, he wasn't open whatsoever. I think that was Tim Patrick right there. He was throwing to.
On that play,
Yeah.
on the trick play, I don't know who that was he was throwing it to. It was
pretty
Mikey
sure it
that
was
got
Tim
the damn
Patrick.
ball. But for any Colts hire, you also have to figure that their rock and roll fucking owner is the one that's making the hire. And his latest album, Jim Irsay, Let's Go Get Some Coke, that's burning up the charts. Got to tell you right now, there's a couple hot tracks on there.
It's burning up his nostrils as well.
Well, that was this one, Jim Irsay, messing around. That's right.
I miss Big Jim. We need to get him back on the show.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jim.
Can we also say that Marshawn Lattimore had a hell of a game?
We can say that.
He's incredible.
Oh,
We can say that.
Look, has anybody gone back and watched the game again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Twice.
like Lattimore seeks contact when he's not fucking when he's not covering receiver. He's fucking going out and fucking trying to demolish somebody.
When
And
he's
we
not
haven't seen
fucking,
that.
he's knocking the shit out of someone.
We haven't seen that from a cornerback.
By the way,
DC ever.
speaking of Jameson Williams and fucking, how do you not get a flag for fucking the field after a touchdown? I mean, dude, he goes down and is fucking the field. Why do you not get a flag for 15 yards? He's
Because
out
the
there.
NFL
We
wanted
could
the
have got.
Detroit Lions to win that game.
You could have heard Ron Torbor with his fucking voice. Oh, Jameson Williams, like sportsman, like fucking the field over here, 15
He was
yards.
giving him the
on-
business.
He was giving him the business right up the old chute there. All right. Okay. Well, I kind of threw everything off there with that stupid shit. All right, so give me some statistics. Max, you got some statistics in front of you. How the hell badly did we beat this team? I haven't really looked at any
So-
numbers. I've been too busy doing other shit.
Here's the thing. First downs: Detroit 30, Washington 27.
Right?
Total plays: Washington 73, Detroit 68. Total yards: Detroit 521, Washington 481. Passing: 320 to 299, Detroit. Rushing: 201 to 182, Detroit. Red zone: here's the big one: 4 for 4 for Washington. 4 scores for 4 attempts. Detroit 3 of 6. Penalties: Washington. Had
You know what?
4.
You want to know the biggest number there is 12. The biggest number there is 12. Those motherfuckers had us stopped on 4th down, but had 12 men on the field inside the 5-yard line. How
No, they
about
didn't have a
that?
stop. We didn't even run
I
the
thought they
play.
made it.
No, it was,
Well, I-
it was pre-play.
Either
Run
way.
the play.
It could have been a delay of game because it was at zeros. Penalties. We had 4 for 25 yards. Detroit had 5 for 30, and
not
then
bad.
the other big one, Detroit 5 turnovers to us having 0.
Yeah,
So we
that's
had
the
4
difference.
penalties. How many snaps did Benjamin St. Juste play? Because he didn't get called for anything.
I didn't even look at a snap count yet. I'd have to pull that up.
That would be a miracle. That would be.
Don't even think he missed. I don't even know if he saw the field.
I saw him out there a few times, but nothing.
All right, who are you talking about?
the fact that he
BSJ.
St. Ghost,
St.
you know,
Ghost.
the
I
fact
didn't
he went
see
out
him
and
once.
played, whether he did or not, he didn't get called for a penalty. So good on him for that. Everybody's always happy about.
He may
that.
have been on a special teams play. I haven't seen
He
any
had
snap counts.
5 snaps. 5 snaps.
There you go. 5 snaps. We had 4 penalties, and none were on him. Way to go, Benjamin. That's the way to step up. You know why he stepped up? Because it was a fucking cold out. Of course, he was inside. He was close to Canada. He could smell Canada. It was right
It
across
was
the river there, right across the lake.
33-59 to 26-01 time of possession.
He was smelling freaking maple syrup all day, Scotty.
If he had a nose like Jim Irsay, he would have been smelling
Can we just also say that Jaden Daniels, 22 of 31 for 299, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a QBR of 91.8.
0
Yeah.
sacks as well.
No sacks. Not
No
even any
sacks.
of his, I'm going to scramble out of bounds at 1 yard loss. No, nothing.
He's got more playoff wins than he has negative plays. This
Yeah. This offseason, this postseason.
You can pretty much make up any ridiculous statistic or some kind of and
Well,
it's probably true for what he's
we've
been able to
punted
do.
one
More-
fucking time in the playoffs.
In two,
I'm
yeah,
telling you.
one-
I'm telling you.
He's got more playoff wins than Dak Prescott has in 8 years.
I did
That's
this.
ridiculous.
Did this impression the other night. I'll do it again. Ready? This is my impression of Tress Way the other night. Ready? Who? Me? You want me? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Tress Way for his one punt.
And it was a good punt as well. I'll give him.
It was
his
a
due.
great punt.
It was down to the 8. It was down to the 6 actually, and it bounced back to the 10 where it was down. So, yeah, good punt.
But-
Well done, Tress.
Amon-Ra had 8 catches for 137 yards, no touchdowns, along at 34. De'Ami Brown, 6 catches, 98 yards.
Might I point out that on their final drive, he had a drop that was a clear first down, and he just fucking let it fall right to the ground. Somebody on this show keeps saying that one of our receivers is not elite because he does stuff like that. And here I'm watching Amon-Ra St. Brown do that last night. And even though I'm not going to quibble,
That wasn't Amon-Ra St. Brown that dropped it.
yes, it was. I could go back and look at the. Yeah, it was. It's on their final drive. He dropped a clear first down. It's not a long pass. It's just a pass that he just flat out dropped. Point is, they all drop him. I think Terry is stepping well into that elite spotlight. Most of him is in it already.
You're letting the recency bias take place.
Recency schmecency. The dude's been consistent throughout his career, and now that he's had a chance to do it, he's blossomed into something that they haven't been able to really figure out and stop. He ran right through that tackle of two guys yesterday.
We see that all the time. It was nothing new. It's nothing special.
Hey, dude, when you take it and go 58 yards with it for a touchdown in the goddamn NFC Divisional playoffs on the road, it becomes more special. It becomes
Bang
bigger.
Bang and Tim have made a good point here that them 137 yards, most of them were garbage time yards.
Yeah, maybe like 30 of them.
Well, considering garbage time started at the end of the fucking second quarter, that's the way. That is the way.
46 of his yards came on their last two possessions.
Right.
He had 39 when they brought it 31-28, but 20 of that was on the David Montgomery shuffle pass.
Scott knows. Scott G knows.
Still a pass. I mean, you're going to count Terry's yards for that screen pass, you know.
I get that. I'm just saying that.
I'm going to count that he ran away from the defense after breaking two tackles.
I only
ran away from
that
him.
Shuffle pass because it's a trick play. So for me, I can see it getting counted, but for me, it takes a step back just because it's a trick play that's successful.
Whatever. See, Scott, these guys are trying to have a serious football conversation. Scott and I are down here making dick jokes underneath the whole damn thing.
It's always we dick and fart.
It's not being a hater. I'm just not putting him in the category of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Receiver. He's a great receiver. He's a fucking phenomenal receiver. But he's not an elite.
Well, I'll tell you what. You named three guys. and we're not going to go back through the list again, but I think you've got him way underrated. I think you're just standing on that hill, and you're like, fuck it. I'll be here till the crows eat my eyes.
The list is the list.
The list is the list.
Also, Jesse, Amon-Ra had a drop on a 3rd and 1 with 54 seconds left on that.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. It's a short pass, just a drop.
Well,
mind you, he then caught the 4th and 1. That's what he said on the last drive.
On the last drive. By the way, Tom knew what was up.
Look, you just need an onside kick and a Hail Mary. Yeah.
All right, so yes, that's all you need.
It's the nonchalant.
We had the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
So it could have been done. It could have been done. They almost got an onside kick. I mean, Zach Ertz made a hell of a play on that fucking onside kick.
It's a great kick.
That was
It was an awesome kick. It was a great play. It was perfect.
How many onside kicks have we seen in the past,
like,
just to say 5 seasons? And I haven't seen one like that in a very long time. It was just kicked fucking perfectly.
I would bet you that I'm an old fart, as everybody knows, and you could probably take each one of us and think back on all of your career of watching football, of your football watching career. You haven't seen more than a handful of successful onside kicks anyway, even back when it was something that was, that you didn't have to tell everybody that you were going to do it. That just bounced the right way for us. The football gods went, oh, yeah, I got the Commanders, boop, and put it right up in his hands. Did you? He almost dribbled
ridiculous.
Jefferson
You're damn right. Amon-Ra St. Brown is over Terry. These three will tell you the same goddamn thing. He's behind. He's right behind Chase and Justin Jefferson. He's probably the 3rd best receiver in this entire league. So come on now,
Timothy. I'm going to stand on you with this. Terry's playing this Sunday. And the rest of those fucking guys, if they don't have a tea time, are going to be watching. So.
But
that's where we're at.
Just to build on that, though, Jesse, you said this on Saturday. We can definitely say that Jaden's top 5.
Oh fuck yeah!
Hell yeah!
And maybe even top 3.
Like, look, he's the 100% the best receiver in the NFC. Oh, absolutely, Timothy. There is no.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is the 3rd best receiver in this league.
All right. I wonder where you'd put Terry in the NFC. 3rd?
Jaden is
4th?
is the 100% the best quarterback in the NFC after 1 year, and that's crazy to fucking say.
It is,
but
it's
yeah.
true. Nobody's playing better. Nobody is more cool under fire than he is.
Did
you
see
got
Alex
Pat Mahomes.
Smith?
Let's go through this
Alex
real
Smith
quick.
Did you see him lose his shit on TV saying, what is it? Mahomes is working with less.
Oh,
What are you
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about?
that's fucking ridiculous.
Did you see that? I mean,
That's
has this
so
guy seriously
ridiculous.
is he seriously still got a vendetta against us?
no, it's
Is
an
that what it is?
embolism. It came from his broken leg. It traveled up to his brain. It never came out.
I mean, he talked very, very well pregame with us, but I think he was smoking crack when he said Mahomes was working with less. He's fucking.
Well,
definitely
wait a
smoking
second.
crack.
Think about it. Wait, you can see the.
God.
Wait. Look
We
at
got
this
an elite
receiver.
offensive line, offensive line, better running backs.
I'm not talking line. I'm talking receivers. Specifically, receivers. The Chiefs don't have one.
They've got the fastest guy in the fucking league.
What?
Speed.
Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy's the fastest guy in the league.
Yeah, you're right. You
They
can
don't
have speed.
one?
You
Yeah.
can have speed, but speed.
They've
does
got
not
a
mean you have
fucking
good
Hall of
receiver.
Fame. They've got a Hall of Fame tight end.
I'm not saying tight end.
That's a receiver. That's a guy that's open every time Patrick Mahomes wants to close his eyes and throw it over the back of his head.
Look,
Right.
Kelsey isn't a tight end. He doesn't block. He's a
No,
receiver.
he's a receiver. And whether he's a wide receiver or not is here to there. All right, so
Trust me, as someone
Max,
who
come on.
Max. If you look down,
Come on.
right, and you look at it and you go, oh, I turn the TV on and I look and I go, oh, it's Mahomes to Kelsey. I know it's January. That's all you need to know.
and I
You know what I
agree
mean?
with you, but what I'm looking at is this entire season, the Chiefs' offense, they didn't have a
They have
1,000-yard
struggled.
receiver. They didn't have a
because they
single
struggled. Well, I'll tell you something. Mr. fucking Magic wasn't himself. He was not as accurate as he has been. He didn't have the bullshit going for him this year like he's had going for him in the past. But don't tell me he doesn't have weapons. He just didn't use them well
He's got
enough.
a plethora of weapons.
He's got a plethora. Fucking
And
A.
he's got
That's right.
and he's got the refs.
Yeah. Oh my
He's got the
God.
refs in his pocket.
This
I saw
this
a video of
Saturday
them
was
making out.
crazy.
All right, look, let's get back. Let's get back to the ranking the quarterbacks real quick. Okay.
All right, we're gonna rank the quarterbacks. Here we go. Ranking the quarterbacks.
So we all agree that Jaden's the best in the NFC. I think we're
Yes.
okay. All right. So you got Patrick Mahomes. No one can argue that, even though
As
the
number
refs
one?
are in his pocket.
As
I would
number
say
one?
So yeah.
Based
Then you
on
have-
his whole career, yeah, so far, but this year, no.
Then you have your pick of, and you can pick your poison. You have Lamar Jackson, which would probably be everybody's number two. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Now, this is where I slide in Jaden Daniels, and I think I would say after another year, Joe Burrow is so good. It's hard to even fathom putting Jaden above Burrow right now, but maybe
He's
next
just
year.
above Matthew Stafford, I think. And Stafford, I think, really is the most seasoned. I mean, he's the old man of the league at the moment. But I think he's really good. I think he's gotten better as he's gone along, and I think right now he's definitely a top 10, top 7 quarterball.
Oh, it's Stafford, sure, but I put Jaden in that 5 range. I
think
got
he's fifth, yeah. I think that's it.
got Pat Mahomes. We'll say Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and then sliding Jaden Daniels right there.
Nobody's figured him out. I mean, dude, we're on is this 9-game winning streak that we're on at the moment? 8-game winning streak? 7 games?
7.
Okay, I'm not going to count too far ahead. I can't count at the moment anyway. I've had a little too much Jaden Daniels, but no, I haven't. The fact of the matter is nobody's been able to come up with an answer for him this season, except in games in which he's been hurt. There was a time there where we set a record. I can't remember how many straight possessions it was that we scored.
17, right?
17 straight possessions. No, I thought it was more than that. But either way, it was a record.
No, it was 17. That was back in the beginning of the season.
I think we're getting back to that now. We're like 1 punt a game, if that, over the last 4 weeks.
We go for it on 4th down a lot, and we're averaging like 80% on damn near 80% on 4th downs. But the only time we give the ball up is if we don't fucking convert a 4th down, and that happens once every 4 times.
That's what 80% is. No, that's 75% once every 4 times, or 25%. All right, so with that, I do want to say, everybody, thank you for showing up today. Please push the thumbs up on our show here. Hit the like button.
Watch the YouTube.
Come on over into YouTube and watch us over here where you can chit-chat with Scott.
See y'all.
We'll put you on the screen.
We know how many people are watching right now. So go to fucking YouTube and come
on
chat
over.
with us.
Right, and Jesse will not curse at you unless you say something stupid, and then he might. I would say that I would like to go ahead and cast our hat into the ring. I'm going to put this up here right now and say, let's go ahead and
watch Detroit. Then you got Detroit.
Yep.
And just an insane environment Saturday night where we got all day to get right, if you know what I mean. You have no concept of what you're walking into. None whatsoever. We are 60 minutes away from hosting the NFC Championship game here in Detroit to go to the Super Bowl. You think that you're going to walk in here and stop that from happening?
Stand on business. Stand on business.
And your awful defense?
Picked off by Quan Morton. Morton with some blocks inside the 20. Morton, pick 6.
You?
That here. Here's Goff in trouble. Ball is out. It's recovered by the Commanders.
And your awful defense?
Steps away beautifully. Firing for the end zone. Oh, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Awful defense?
Jamison Williams has it. Looking to throw it. They'll throw it downfield. Intercepted.
Defense?
It's Goff throwing over the middle. And it's picked off. Jeremy Chin.
You? You? Ain't no way.
Thank you. Let me get that out of here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to submit respectfully to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. How the hell? What is he trying? What is he saying there? Yeah. I don't understand your words there. That's not how you say y'all. Nice try though. That's y'all. Anyway, I don't care if anybody doesn't like our faces. It's not our faces that anybody tunes into, and I'm not showing you the parts that I'm showing you on that other podcast. And so it's all about our intellect.
It's funny. They did a
right, Scott?
A watch party and
that same network.
Yeah,
It's
the
that
same network.
guy.
Yeah, the same guy. They did a watch party, and I ran through it, and you see his like emotions from talking shit all throughout the second quarter, and then just like after the third quarter, he was just trying to make it with excuses. Then he came on the Junkies, Sports Junkies got him on the radio today.
Oh, good for them.
They were he he backed off and kind of apologized a little bit. He took it well. He did. But
how else is he going to take it after he says that on Monday?
I mean, right. What are you going to do?
You got to eat crow now, aren't you? Sorry.
The thing that kills me the most is this dude down here. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can see him again. This guy in the bottom corner, his little fucking clown boy. Watch this guy.
You want Detroit. Then
Look
you
at that
got
guy.
Detroit.
Yep.
And just an insane environment Saturday night where we got all day to get
You
right,
tell
if you
him.
know what I mean.
You tell him, Krusty.
Stand on business.
That's right. Stand on business there. All right. How do I get this thing off?
Keep
of
in
here
mind,
now?
that was the same guy also that on Tuesday said that if Jaden runs 10 times, he's going to be in the blue tent at least once.
Oh, yeah. Was that because I was looking for that piece of audio? And, I don't want to hear anybody crying about the block that Frankie Louvu put on their fucking quarterback, because anybody that wants to say, that dude is on his way to being a potential tackler. All right. If you want to watch in that video, look how close he is Let me pull it back up again. one more
Eagles
time.
fans are crying right now about Frankie Louvu, that he's the most dirtiest player in the league.
Oh,
and fucking
stop it.
They're still whining about the
Stop it.
hit on Jalen Hurts
That nobody hit.
Like nobody fucking hit. Man, they're a bunch of fucking pussies.
You bunch of pansies. Let's see. Where was that? All right, let me show you how far away he is. Oh, wait. At the stage.
You have no concept of what you're walking into.
Here, wait till we get to the
whatsoever.
defense here. You'll hear I guarantee you his breath smells like fucking bratwurst.
I was going to
She's
say,
like
she could smell anything. The size of that nose.
There he is. Now look where he is. Look how close he is to the runner. Right? You see right there's you see Quan with the ball. Right? So let's run it back. I love the sound effects.
Quan Martin with some blocks.
He's right there. There he is.
20.
Wham!
Martin, pick six.
It wasn't even by rule, Scott G. He's a
tackler.
defender. He's made himself a defender. Defenders bang each other's heads.
That's a block.
All
That's
the time.
right.
That is a straight up block.
If that's if you're gonna do that on blocks, dude, every single snap, that's exactly the first thing that hits when those guys come together.
I've got to say, there was two times, though. Kirby Joseph once, where he rammed fucking Jaden into the side.
Yeah.
Nearly breaking the chain gang. And the second one was Pascal's shot as well. That was obviously a revenge shot for Jared Goff afterwards. But now that's disgusting. And what happened there?
Yeah, because that was a shot to the knee, wasn't it?
No, the one to the face for Jaden. The first one was when he took him out of bounds with Kobe Joseph, and he pulled him into the sideline.
Oh, that was last
like
week.
The
The knee was last week.
The knee was last week. Yeah.
And then
this week's knee was.
The second one was I think it was Pascal was the defensive end who came in and hit Jaden right up in the head and neck area as well.
He did.
I think we got a 15-yarder on that actually.
Area.
We did, and I'm going to go ahead and play this real
Area,
quick before we get to our
that's what I
injuries.
said. Not
Look, we're
area.
going long. We're going
That
long
sounds
tonight.
like areola.
That's what you just said.
It's area. Yeah. that's what I
Area.
just said.
All right, so I thought this was funny. Who else caught this?
Then Adam Peters on the left in the gray suit. He's done an amazing job. Last 7 years he's been in San Francisco.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I'm not sure Coach Quinn likes owners coming down on the field before the game's over.
Jeez.
I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, it was. Tom took a shot. It was
It was a
good one,
great
Phil.
shot.
It was a good one.
It was a
Phil.
great shot. And the fact that, what's his name? The other Burkhart goes, jeez, like that right after he says it. I thought that was great.
Then Adam Peters on the left in the gray suit. He's done an amazing job. Last 7 years he's been in San Francisco.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I'm not sure Coach Quinn likes owners coming down on the field before the game's over.
Jeez.
Hey, I'll tell you something, given that joke right there and what it represents and what it is referring back to. If you are somebody who's looking for something to make you laugh, go back in the old Bang Radio archives and find the show in which we had that Super Bowl and listen to the Japanese radio call of the end of that game, which we had and was hysterically funny. All right, so where's our injury report? Max, you got our injury report? We all know what we all know about Cosby. He's gone for the year, probably into next year, and that's it. Nobody else came out of this game with anything.
Let's not sugarcoat this whatsoever. This is a big fucking loss.
Sure it is. It really is. I think we can overcome. The thing is about, like you said, Jalen Carter, right, who I think is he could argue for Defensive Player of the Year as far as I'm concerned. But him against Sam Cosmi has been a mismatch. Cosmi was telling. Remember, that's where we had our discussion about his tell.
Yeah.
Maybe Trent Scott doesn't have a tell.
The thing that gives me a bit of hope here, Jesse.
Cosme's fucking tell than Trent Scott up against.
The thing
He
that
doesn't have a tell. He just stinks, right?
The thing
He's
that
just
gives
going to
me a
get
bit
walloped.
of hope is Trent Scott had a good game, But he was up against a backup guard, so okay. But then at the same time, Jaden against the blitz in the last 2 weeks has been incredible. So
he is better against the blitz than he is with a clean pocket.
Exactly.
Think about that. Just that by itself.
It's this processing.
Trent Scott's tail is lying on his back.
Did you see the article that came out today that his
You know what, though, Scouts? If Trent Scott's lying on his back before the huddle, they got to flip him over or he could fucking die. they got to turn him over.
It's like a seal, isn't it?
All right, that was awful.
So there was an article that came out today that Jaden's VR that he does it at 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
1.75.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
1.75.
That's still insane. So he's looking at it faster than normal speed.
That's how I listen to this podcast. When I listen to it back, I'm
that's what it sounds like to most everybody anyway.
Wait a second. 46 minutes. We need to cut Scott for our British guys.
Just put,
I had no idea when I'd ever get to use that again. I had no idea when I'd ever be able to use that again.
Now you can add Scott.
Bang, bang, to answer your question, I think we keep Scott where he is. I think he did well, and who else have we got? Are you going to put Chris Paul in there?
Well,
he
was inactive.
That's what I kind of wanted to do when Cosby went out, is move Wiley over. He's had success at the guard position, and
put Lucas in.
Good shout.
At right tackle.
I would say this. I'm going to give a shout to Wiley. And this is going to sound so terrible, but he's got a bit of dick in him. I'll tell you what, you watch him, watch him trailing plays. Yeah. He's a dick, man, going down the field laughing at people and shit. I like that, man. I do like that. All right, let's see where we are with this doggone thing here. Okay, penalty yards we already got. Injuries we already got. What about the Eagles' injuries? We'll talk about that on Friday.
Ooh,
all right, so the elephant in the room we have kind of already talked about, but we're right in the middle of it, but I just got to see, because I want to make sure I continue the social experiment. Because if you remember on this podcast 4 weeks ago, I pointed out that there's something hanging out of that elephant's asshole. And now Scott has not been able to look away from it every time I play that video.
It was AJ Brown's book.
It's AJ Brown's book. Oh, man.
He pressed me up against the locker, and I felt his hot breath on my neck. So you're a wide receiver, huh? He said to me. I could feel his...
To all those that are wanting to finish that paragraph.
Oh, shit. Dr. Octopus is right around the corner with a death ray. Spider-Man better look out.
All right. Okay. Let's do some butt pats and head smacks. Why not? Or am I getting ahead of ourselves?
No,
you're good.
All right, we'll start with you, Jesse, on offense. Give me your first offensive butt pat. Now, let's just go ahead and say, Jaden Daniels is automatic on the list.
Yeah.
Top of the list every week.
Dimey Brown, he had a drop in.
He made up for it.
He more than made up for it.
That catch.
Yeah.
That throw.
He is. We talked about this a few weeks back about who's going to step up and be that number two, and Dimey has taken that mantle and he's ran with it. And if it wasn't for Dimey, we would not be where we're at right now.
No, I don't. I think that's probably true. I would agree. That throw, though, oh my God, that was a Michael Vick wrist flick. He just flicks it and it goes down there that far.
We said this on the post game. You know, all those videos we saw from the media. You know, doing the trash can drill. I mean, that's what that's from right there.
That it's the Terry throw against Cincinnati, like
fucking pinpoint.
Right.
Yeah, pinpoint accuracy. Man, he's so good at the long ball.
Yep, just put your hands out. The ball's going to hit him. That's exactly the way it is.
Diami's earned that contract now after these two playoff games, irrespective of what happens going forward.
I mean, over the course of the last 6 games, he's earned it.
I agree.
Yeah, you're right. He's had a good season, but he's not picked up the production in touchdowns. But he's a good depth wide receiver.
Well, not only that, but he literally can take the top off a defense. I know that's a cliche sound, but he's got the speed to be able to do it. He's learning how to use his size, I think, over the last 6 to 8 weeks. He's been strong. Last week he's running over somebody. And before you go ahead, Max, let me tell you, I had a discussion with somebody who I'm not going to say any names because I do like this person, but they wanted to point out that no, we can do better for a number 2. I want T. Higgins. I want that. And, you know, we're allowed to have more than one wide receiver, and I think that. You don't have to pay Diami Brown the bank, you know.
No, you don't. Not at all.
No, but I think he's earned a damn good contract, I think, to be able to stay here for another 3 years, to play our number 3 wide receiver, our number 4 wide receiver, maybe move up into that number 2 role if we don't go after somebody big. So that person...
Sit down and shut the fuck up. Shut up! Shut up! Sit the fuck down and shut up! Shut up and sit down. Will you shut up? Just sit your ass down here and shut up.
You said it, John. He's earned himself a modest contract. I mean, again, you're not going to have to break the bank for Diami Brown, and he's a perfect number 3 receiver. He's built. I don't think he's a number 2 receiver, but I think he'd be.
But he can step in if he needs to.
I don't think he's a permanent 2. But I was listening to Kime last week, and he was saying that when we drafted Diami Brown, the scouts were saying, "Hey, he's more physical than we're using him as," and we. You know, all they're seeing is him just being the burner, just running down the field after people.
Yeah.
This has been the first time in his career in the past 6-7 weeks that he's actually been able to lower his shoulder and get these across balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a good blocker as well.
He's been great in the screen game. You know, I'd like to see him a little bit more in the short and kind of short. It's either like the screen or you know outside the hashes. You know, 30 yards down the field. I feel like
we're finding more and more ways that we had a lack of use, like the positive use of our personnel over the course of the past 5 years.
Dude, he threw a beautiful pass to Zacchaeus that would have been a touchdown if Zacchaeus didn't trip over the 2-yard line. So yeah, there's lots of ways that I think that Diami has earned himself a spot on this team. And I think continuity going forward is important. It's one thing for this ownership group and for Adam Peters to say that, okay, we're going to turn over this roster. But if a guy earns a spot, he earns a spot. And I think Diami has. And I think that is also a very good message that you send to your players. And, hey, Terry's got to be a commander for life. He's got to be a commander for life. I don't want to see him, you know, like in his fucking 12th year going to Arizona or some shit.
Being an art monk.
No, retire his number, Hall of Fame. You know, all that shit.
Hall of Fame. Well, that's what you give to elite wide receivers there, Scott. Is that what you're saying?
I know.
All right. Just making it out there. All right, Scotty, who's your first butt pat on offense?
It's got to be B-Rob, mate. 77 yards, 2 TDs, and a resemblance of a run game, boys. All 3 backs did really
an excellent
well,
run
which
game.
was good.
Look what happens when the offensive line opens up holes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, their run game, they kept showing rushing yards, and theirs was way over ours. But our run game was good. It was good for a good while. I mean, yeah, it did what it needed to do.
Smacked us in the ass with his...
And Gibbs does that to everybody.
Yeah, he is.
Well, it doesn't get no easier.
And it didn't win the game.
Well,
that's right.
My thing with Saquon against we'll talk about it Friday.
We'll talk about it. All right, butt pat for you on offense there, Max.
Terry McLaurin.
Attaboy.
I mean, look, as Jesse said in our chat, he finally outran somebody for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's been his first time.
You know, look,
I think.
Look,
get out of Dodge.
He broke through, and you see that safety with the angle, and you think, oh, this is gonna be a 25-yard gain.
He ran right by him.
Then Terry just kept going. He never
he
stopped.
gave him the good stiff arm in the face.
He gave him a stiff arm that was a 20-yard stiff arm to get into the end zone. But come on now.
Look, the dude says he's got burner speed, right? Don't they say 4.3 for him, or am I making that up?
He ran a 4.3 when he came out of college 6 years ago.
Okay, well, I ran like a 4.8 when I came out of high school, so I can still run a 4.8.
He does still hit 20 miles an hour on plays. What's been happening to him is people have been running.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry's going golfing.
I mean, yes. What
That's
you're
right.
saying, Derrick Henry's also massive.
Yeah.
So when Derrick Henry hits that speed, he's got a lot of momentum. But with McLaurin, he's hitting 20. The game against the Steelers, when he had that long slant route, the first play of the second half, he hit 20.6 miles an hour. Problem was Joey Porter was at 22 to track him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Darrell Green ran down Dorsett and Eric Dickerson, and just saying that's going to piss him off. But people get run down from behind. It happens.
Yeah, and I mean, we ran down Dorsett and we ran down Dickerson, and I hate those plays because
that's totally different because every one of those Dallas players were facing the quarterback. So Terry already had the momentum going up.
You can't.
Oh, yeah, you can't. Go look at that play.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they didn't.
Every one
I'm
of them
just
was
saying
coming down. They had to change directions. Come on now.
To me, I'm not saying anything about
You're
that. I'm just saying that's
Hold
their
on.
mistake. That's their problem.
You were saying that Jamison Williams could have done that earlier and tried to knock that ball out of Mikey Sanders.
Tell you what, let me say this about Jamison Williams.
I'm talking about he should have just came down like that. That's what good receivers do.
But Jesse, if you watch the play
try to
where
for-
Mikey
to try to
does the-
force a,
right, but when you watch where
penalty.
Mikey does his undercut, there wasn't time
I've seen
for
the
it.
play a million times.
Right, he started his
definitely
undercut. The
could've
ball's at the 7.
done it.
Yeah, he cut it right. He played it perfectly. I forgot what I was going to say in the midst of all of that chaos.
You're on a butt pat. You're on a butt pat for.
I'm on a. That's right. I'm going to give a butt pat to John Bates.
He caught the
Dude,
ball.
he caught the fucking ball. I said on the show on Friday he needed to have a big game, and not necessarily even a big game, but a competent game because he had not been. His blocking hadn't been good. His catching hadn't been good, and the fact that they called his number on that play was big time. And it was not an easy catch. It came right down on his head, and he got it.
They called his number on the goal line too, and Jaden didn't give him a good pass.
Yeah, that was
That's been one of the things with Bates specifically is he gets the call at the goal line. He hasn't gotten good balls to catch.
Well, maybe he should talk to Mark Andrews about that. Attaboy. Way to go,
Tim,
Mark.
I don't think
I've
Jesse's
never ever
criticised
criticized
him.
Terry. Never. But I'm not putting him in the same conversation as the best receivers in the league. I'm not doing it because he's not.
Welcome
That's
to
it.
the welcome to the ongoing debate, Timothy.
It's not a criticism. It's just facts.
Jesse thinks he's in tier 2.
We've been dragging him like a mule for the last 18 weeks here. Timothy, welcome to the. You've got your hands on the reins now. We're all pulling on him. Con, did you get? He moved. Where did you put him now on your list? 16.
Yeah, I got him down to 16th.
There you go. I mean, I think honestly,
And
Terry has to send him a nude.
fantastic.
Otherwise,
because there's so many great receivers in this league.
There you go. So he's got him in the top half, or at the bottom end of the top half of the best number ones in the league. So
There's freaking.
there you go.
There's a number 2 that's better than him. I'd take over him too.
Well, all right, let's get past that because this is Victory Monday, and I want to know if you have any more butt pats for offense. It's your turn.
Yeah, I've got.
Oh
I've got
yeah.
2 more.
Go ahead, Jesse. This is
Fucking
Jesse's
Austin
turn.
Eckler, man.
Hell yeah.
Just everybody.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Austin
but
Eckler,
we
I
could
thought
go around.
had a really, really, really good game.
Yeah, Eckler did. And, I tell you, when you talked about some of the things that we do to set things up later, the long run that he had in the fourth quarter, the way that they set that up by faking Jaden on the keeper with that, man, they got the whole defense going the wrong way, and that gap was there, and that was gone. Beautiful.
I know that we're not talking Philly, but a healthy him against Philly is going to make a huge difference.
We'll get to that. Coming up Friday on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. All right, Scotty, go ahead. And, you said, Max, that we can give one to everybody. And I say, fucking A, let's give one to everybody, one at a time. We're going into the championship. Scotty, you're up.
Okay, Jeremy McNichol. He was class as well.
Oh, we're on
And he
offense.
got-
We're
and he
still
got
on.
a touchdown.
All right.
Oh, yeah. He is on
Just
offense.
one carry
Sorry,
touchdown.
I heard Jeremy.
He
I
had
thought
like
Chin.
2 or 3 carries, I think.
That was a great touchdown, too. That was a nice, good, strong, hard touchdown.
That second effort to get over the
To
goal
lean it
line.
over.
Oh, yeah, it was.
That's a nice play. I like Jeremy McNichols. Look, man, he's been bounced around the league, and he came here. They gave him a chance,
We're
and
like
he's
his
performed.
It's like 12th
team.
Yeah, 12th team, I think. Yeah,
8th
it's
season,
a lot.
12 teams or something like that.
I've still got 2 more. If you
He's
haven't
put
got
up.
any more.
We're still going around the room here. Go ahead there, Max. Who you got?
Trent Scott.
Trent
Yes,
Scott.
man.
Trent Scott came in and filled.
Stepping up in a big moment, yeah. He could
know?
have shit the bed, he didn't.
Let's just say this: Trent Scott hasn't done anything since Cincinnati. And when
Didn't he score a touchdown?
He caught a touchdown in Cincinnati. He caught Jaden's first career touchdown pass. But
Right.
he hasn't done anything since then.
Did you hear his post game though? In the interview at the locker room, he said his very words were, "Well, if you talk to Cliff, just tell him to call that play. I'm still available." I love that.
The Philly special to Trent Scott. How about that?
I like a big man.
I want to recap in our chat. I said it's a thick 6, and Scott let out the best sound I've ever heard Scott make, where it was just a gasping laugh.
All right, a gasping laugh.
Like, someone that does need their name mentioned because he hasn't been playing very well the past few weeks is fucking Brandon Coleman.
Yes, he's on the list.
Brandon Coleman.
Yeah,
we got a list. We got a list.
We've got a list. I think we all have a list, and I think my next butt pat. I think what we ought to try now. I tried this in our chat yesterday, and it didn't quite work out. But let's see if we can harmonize the Ertz here.
Yeah.
All right, because Ertz gets a big butt pat. And are we ready? On 3. And you at home, join in. This is like Lawrence Welcome. Ask your grandparents. 1, 2, 3.
Y'all are dragging it out way too long.
Well, you got to do the
Scotty goes.
You need the
bass in your voice,
right? And you need the bass to hold it. And then you need somebody else to come in with
I thought yours this week. I thought yours this week sounded like Chewbacca.
No,
it was more like I was like, where's he gone with that one?
I had the phone in my mouth. It's my apology. Attaboy. Zach Ertz, way to fucking step up again, man. Mr. Veteran. Mr. Veteran. And now, for the opportunity to go back in there and take the Philadelphia Eagles down and go to the Super Bowl in it. Oh, attaboy.
The sound these guys make when they finish. Yeah, Scouts. And I'm spent.
Scott, you sounded like a mosquito got in my ear.
Is it a Tuesday?
Is it a Tuesday? Oh my God, we've lost all control of ourselves, and that's perfectly fine. It's Victory Monday. I think we should let Mrs. Happy back out of the box. Go ahead, Max.
No. She's been out once. That's fine. We can't.
I think she's a slut. She'll go anywhere.
Timothy, we did that like 2 weeks ago, man. Jessy read his full list.
Yeah, I think that Biotish gets one. I think that he came in, he played well enough to be able to.
He was good.
I mean, the whole offensive line opened up.
Was great,
just fucking massive holes for Brian Robinson to run through. And that, I think, when we looked at Brian Robinson and we've been wondering what's going on with him, he's been the elephant in the room. That's the primary difference. Look what happens when we get a defensive line that these guys can play with. You know, I wouldn't expect it this week, but, maybe. We'll see. Terry, let's see. We got Timothy over here. Timothy's. We got two mules. That the other each end. It's like 2 dogs with a chew toy. All right. Well, tell you what, Timothy. We got 3 more weeks to discuss this
We've
before
all
our
put our
season.
list out. We've all put our list out, and nobody has Terry in the top 10.
I had him at 10.
I had him at 12, but I think I'm moving him up now after that performance and the performance that he had last week. All right, let's go to defense. Let's give some butt pats on defense. I'm not going to do a head smacks this week. Fuck that. We're in the fucking championship.
I have one.
Game. You have one head smack?
I have
Who?
one.
What? Who?
Brian Robinson. Because of the QB sneak that he tackled Mariota on.
Yeah, but he made up with it for this.
He did,
touchdown.
but that's the first drive of the game. It's the opportunity to set the momentum, and he tackled.
You just jinxed everything, Max. Damn it!
Let's talk about that play real quick because I thought that was the dumbest fucking thing that we could have done. I don't understand.
It was a great play. Actually.
I don't see because it didn't look like it. It looked like it was a fake sneak, and then he was going to turn around and hand it to Brian Robinson. But
no, he was going to pitch it to
he was pitching to Jaden. Jaden had the whole fucking side. It was he's going to step up into that fucking mess, and you're going to
because Robinson hit him
was going around the outside. He was going around.
Oh, I see that, but Mariota stepped up into it
because Robinson pushed him into it.
Yeah.
If Robinson didn't do that, Mariota could have pitched
Robinson shit the bed on that one.
All right, well, then we'll give him a little one.
Little
That didn't
goose.
even work. Yeah, we'll just give him a little smack.
I got one more.
Oh, you do?
What?
Yeah, Zane Gonzalez. Don't miss that, man.
Come on.
It's not Zane Gonzalez's fault. Let's face it.
That was an easy field goal. That as well.
I
didn't
think
do it enough.
he
We
didn't.
didn't do it
He didn't
enough.
do the correct number of hair swipes.
No,
is
it's
why he
because we
missed
were in Michigan, and he's not allowed to go to Michigan past October. It's just the way it is. If he goes to Michigan past October, he's got to walk around the entire planet, and now he's got a full off season ahead of him. I can't help it. It's his tick. All right, so let's see. Are we doing? Does
You really
anybody
think
else have
Zane
other?
Gonzalez isn't going to be our kicker next year?
No, he's
No,
not.
the
gonna
Austin
kick it.
Seabird.
Do you not think so?
Hey, look, if that fucking guy with all his whatevers hits the kicks,
Exactly.
I'm
yeah.
fine with it.
The first kick of the game, Scott's called it there. Kick straight out of bounds.
oh, that was terrible.
You know why he did it.
That's a called thing.
It's a called play.
And
Yes.
it's the stupidest fucking thing.
It's
If you don't
not.
want him to, yes, it is.
It's not. It cuts off half the field.
It cut off half the field. No, it didn't. It cut off 40% of the
Okay,
field and gave them
but
the other
you're right.
60% to have to go do for a
But
touchdown.
If the ball lands down in bounds,
Yeah.
and they either catch the
Yeah.
ball, suddenly they're working with a lot less field to
Yeah.
bounce it outside, or
Yeah.
it lands in bounds and bounces in the end zone and the ball's at the 20.
Yeah.
It's a risk.
Yeah. It is a risk, and that's what you got to look. Risk in a playoff game against the number one seed is you go for it on fourth down, not you give them an opportunity with the ball at the 40 for free. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. Unless you kick it and hit a cheerleader in the head like they did in Dallas, I don't want to see it. And it wasn't even ours that did that. Let's see. Scott's telling Timothy to go back a week and watch the show for our wide receiver list. Yes, actually, I think what we've learned here, Timothy, is that you're not a weekly watcher, and this is troubling. I thought that we had.
It was the Friday before Tampa.
Defense, I'm getting
Yeah, it
hungry.
was
Come on,
Friday,
let's go.
Tampa. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead with defense. Butt pats on defense. Jesse, go ahead.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Attaboy.
He was
Yeah.
great. And
He
it was
targeted.
him in the run game. Like I was going back and watching that and just seeing how physical he was. I really didn't know. I didn't think any cornerback really wanted contact, and he searches for it. It's really great to see.
You know, speaking of Lattimore, just how nice is it to have to not have, we didn't hear his name, and that's so
Yeah.
nice to have out of a cornerback.
One
Well,
target.
I also saw, like Jameer Gibbs. He's such a deadly runner, but he's so deadly if he can get to the outside. And Lattimore kept turning him back inside. That's big. He's not going to get listed on any stat for doing that, but he's coming down, being physical with the block at the point of attack, and turning it back in where his pursuit can catch up, and that's fantastic. So yeah, I agree. Lattimore. What about you, Scotty? Who you got on defense for a butt pat?
First one is Chin, top tackler of the day, 12 tackles, 7 solos, 1 interception, and a pass deflection. He was brilliant.
3rd and 10. 4-man rush. It's Goff throwing over the middle, and it's picked off. Jeremy Chin. And Washington will be going to the NFC Championship for the first time in 33 years.
There you go, baby.
Jeremy
Sorry to cut you
nuts
off
on
there,
your
Scott.
chin.
Well, now we went down to a road that we didn't. I call him the hammerhead, but now that's got a weird connotation. But yeah, when you see him in the championship game next week, everybody, and they show the Washington defense, and he comes on, and he says, Jeremy Chin, whatever college he went to.
His head.
Look at his head. That man is born to hit. He's born to hit things. All right, go ahead, Max. Who's your first butt pat on defense?
I had an underrated one, but no one took the low-hanging fruit, so I'm going to take
Please.
it. Mike Sanders still.
Obviously, Mike
I
was
was
great.
leaving the low-hanging fruit for somebody else.
I'll
and
take
someone
it.
first.
Look, I tied it 3rd. I'll take it. And I hope he hits the low-hanging fruit that I missed.
Well, I'm going to take Bobby Wagner.
You didn't.
No, I didn't take it, but I thought Bobby Wagner had a very good game. This is a butt pat that goes back through the entire season. His leadership has been, you can't quantify how good it's been for this team, how good he's been for Jaden Daniels. And you notice, after they win the championship, those two seek each other out first. I tell you what, man, what a hell of a signing is he.
Mm-hmm.
Is he? I told you, his fumble recovery last week is going to be the play that we're going to point to and say this is how this thing took off. And the fact that he spent this entire season mentoring Jaden Daniels, and next year he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year when we win our second straight Super Bowl, it's just going to be off the charts. Go ahead, Jesse. Who you got on another butt pat for defense?
You know, you're right. Wagner has taken over that role as the quarterback of that defensive room, away from John Allen. Thank goodness, because
exactly what we wanted to do.
I got tired of John Allen, making that same pregame speech.
He didn't have any choice, though. He was kind of de facto,
But with that said, I'm going to give a butt pat to John Allen. I thought he had a pretty good game. Yeah,
I thought so too.
That was his best game of the season.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of good ones lately.
I know that we don't really think PFF is that great, but they graded him as our best defensive player.
It's not surprising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd also give another one to Jazir Newton. Newton, I thought, played well.
He was in the backfield a whole hell of a lot.
On that play when Laporta had his one-handed touchdown, Jonathan Allen has Goff around the legs.
Yeah. That play right there, like we talked about it on the bunker yesterday. We talked about it, in our post game. That was just a great play by them.
It was.
That was a play.
I gave butt pat to Bobby Wagner, but the fact of the matter is, sorry, Max, but the fact of the matter is, on that play, they both followed the tackle eligible, right? Him and Luvu.
Yeah.
If he would have just stayed put, the play wouldn't have happened, or they would have thrown it right to him. Goff would have thrown it right to him.
So
but,
for me, when you look at Jonathan Allen, and especially that play specifically, that in the end around, everything that said Detroit was just going to come back into the game, those were the plays that were going to happen. Laporta's going to make a catch with his fingertips. They're going to get a 61-yard end around after we just get a pick six and take all the momentum away. It felt like they were trying, and we just said no.
Nope. That's the end of that. All right, so who's your next butt pat, Max?
Joe Witt Jr.
Attaboy.
Yeah, it has to be.
We gave up 31 points. I get that, but you know what? We were in position. They had an end around that's fluky. It's a trick play. That's the most explosive offense in the league, and we kind of limited them. We kind of let them play in their own sandbox, but when we got stingy in the red zone, we needed to. That's what we've done all year.
That's what we've done all year, yeah.
Now we're on the national stage and showing, hey, we're not anything to push over. We're the only road team to win in the playoffs, goddammit.
We're the only ones scoring any points, too. All right, let's see here. Quan Martin. 100%. I mean, dude, that interception was right to him, but you still got to be there, and you still got to make the play, and you scored. And then I'm going to go ahead and give another one to Frankie Luvu for swatting the living shit out of Jared Goff. Lay down. Go ahead, Scott.
Dorrance Armstrong was the only one that got two sacks on the day. So
I think he was another one I called out.
Which is surprising because that Detroit offensive line was very, very good. Especially their two tackles.
And you're right, Scott. He did force the fumble. Yeah.
Penny Sewell, Swillily. He doesn't give up sacks.
No, he
does
doesn't.
not give up sacks. And Dorrance
he's
got
a right
twice.
tackle. Well, he's the right tackle. Dorrance got him all on the left tackle.
He got both of them from the left side.
No, Penny Sewell's the left tackle.
Yeah.
Penny Sewell is left tackle, Max.
Glasgow's the right tackle, I think. Was it Glasgow? Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I could have swore I saw Sewell as the right tackle.
He's
the left tackle, mate. 100%.
Okay.
Fowler. When he comes around the end.
Today, Max.
Okay.
When Fowler comes around the end with his arms up like that, man, I tell you, he looks like a maniac.
Sewell is right tackle, really?
Boom!
Scouts is saying right tackle.
I thought so.
I was pretty certain he's left tackle.
No, he's a right tackle. And Dorrance was coming from the other side. He came from the backside yesterday, which was unusual because usually he's on the other side. But man, you can see how fuck, I always drop his name. I don't know why I always drop his name.
He's a right tackle.
Oh, because he switched the right tackle when they got Taylor Decker. That's right. He had been playing left tackle. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because he's from Oregon, right?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they drafted him as left tackle. That's probably why I'm thinking that.
And
I swear to God, I have a mental block on our leading sacker.
You mean Dante Fowler?
Dante Fowler. Every time I see him, I mean, I can see him clear as a bell, but I always forget his name. But when he comes in with his arms up like that, I am always afraid that he's going to get that head hit foul, which he's gotten a couple of times already. But, man, he causes a fucking ruckus, doesn't he? He comes in like as violent and as insane as anybody I've ever seen as a defensive end.
Max, I apologize and stand corrected.
You're all good.
No. I think you guys should have it out.
Can I get a shout out, dude? Can
Taylor
I give
Decker was on
go
the
ahead.
Titans, right?
But Sewell's played 9 games in his career at left tackle.
Okay. Sheldon Day. I'm going to give Sheldon Day a one because he didn't play, but at the same time, he was the guy in the locker room who handed out the shades, and the shades look pretty fucking cool. So
Yeah, they
fair
did.
play.
Yeah, they did. All right, then.
We
don't have any.
Cliff Kingsbury. Are we giving Dan Quinn?
Everybody. Everybody gets a butt
team,
pat.
The whole team.
The Commanders are heading for a championship game.
Josh Harris gets a butt
Josh
pat.
Harris.
Yeah, man.
Josh Harris gets a butt pat, and of course we have to say this again.
And then Adam Peters on the left in the gray suit. He's done an amazing job. Last 7 years he's been in San Francisco.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I'm not sure Coach Quinn likes owners coming down on the field before the game's over.
Jeez.
I do like that.
Do you
All
think,
right.
Do you think
Go
he gives a shit, or do you think he just smells of whiskey still? I don't know.
Who's that? Brady?
Josh Harris.
Oh, Josh Harris? I don't think he gives a shit. And you know what? I'll tell you this. When you come on the field with like 1 minute to go, you don't come down on the field in the fourth quarter when you're up and you
Arthur
watch
Blank
everybody
came
just-
down in the third quarter.
Right. Oh, that was the funniest. Watching Arthur Blank's face just drip every time they showed him on the screen that Super Bowl. That was fabulous. All right, so one more time for everybody.
3rd and 10. 4-man rush. It's Goff throwing over the middle. And it's picked off. Jeremy Chin. And Washington will be going to the NFC Championship for the first time in 33 years.
There you go. First time in 33 years to the NFC Championship in Philadelphia next Sunday afternoon. We are the afternoon game, are we not? 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. There you go. So, look, man, enjoy this. This is a great week, okay? There's going to be all kinds of people selling all kinds of shit on the street corners, if I remember correctly. The last time we were there, people are going to start putting out all kinds of merch. So buy some. You'll love to have it later on when whatever social media we have 20 years from now, you know, it's in your brain or whatever. You could say, look at this picture of this button I bought, and everybody go, hey, you're an old school fan. That's cool. Hey, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
He started at left tackle in 2021 when he was drafted.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
I
he
can't
only
find
played
his
one.
games.
He played one.
I
in
think he got
22.
hurt after that. I think he got hurt.
No, it
his
was
rookie
because
year.
Taylor Decker was hurt.
Oh. Same difference.
Hey, Scott, did you watch the Chiefs game?
I did, yeah.
Which one do you think you'd rather have on your face? Taylor Swift or the basketball chick that was there?
Probably Taylor Swift.
Are you talking about Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is like a whole, like
I know.
she's probably 6 times as tall as Scott. Her legs go up to his ear.
I didn't say he had to be laying down.
We're all the same size lying down, mate. It'd be worth the climb, though, wouldn't it?
I'll be right with you, Macy. Let me get my steps too. Right, there you go.
Dicks.
All right. Well, that was a cheap shot and unnecessary entirely, but that's why you tune into the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. All right, look, we got a fun week coming up, man. We got all kinds of talking to do with Philadelphia fans. We got all kinds of excitement to get through and feel all kinds of freaking fluttering in our heart about what's going to happen this come Sunday. Either way, baby, the Super Bowl is right over this fucking hill. We've already beat these bastards once this year. We've already done it. We know we can do it. And we did it by having 5 turnovers of our own and still beat them on the last play of the game. So
I think we should have a pre game podcast.
a pre. All right, yeah, like Sunday
like-
Sunday about noon, something like that.
I was thinking like Wednesday and maybe even Thursday, and let's do one Friday too. Talk about it all.
Jesse sounded like that Detroit radio host.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? If they want to put me on podcasts in Philadelphia, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you don't know what you're stepping into. Yeah, we did. We knew what we were stepping into. We were stepping into a soft football team that had it in the bag and thought that they were the anointed ones. And we said,
Do you think they were looking past us as a team?
I think so. I think so. And I think that they specifically were looking past our defense because they certainly didn't see them when those 4 interceptions happened.
But look, I blame Ben Johnson for the Lions' loss, to be honest with you.
Best of luck in Chicago, you fucking dick.
You go away.
Basketball people.
Jahmyr Gibbs was averaging like 12 yards per carry, and you only give him the ball 14 times. And then you give David Montgomery, who hasn't played, is coming off of a freaking, PCL injury.
Right.
MCL.
Well, they have contracts with the Sega. Is that who it was? Sega. They got to have contracts with Sega you have to put each one of them on the field a certain amount of time so that they can continue to use that stupid fucking Sonic and Hedgehog, whatever.
But
Sonic the Hedgehog. Does anybody understand why these movies are so fucking popular?
You take carries away from what was their offense.
I used to know
we weren't stopping him.
Yeah, we weren't stopping him. I would have just ran Gibbs the whole entire game, and they would have beat us.
We weren't stopping him. That's for sure. And he's so fucking fast. He's so fast. Never mind. Let's put this on one more time for everybody, and then we will see you all Thursday at 3 p.m. with the 1 Point Safety Show. Scotty here making his 680th appearance on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. He's set the record by a mile as to how many guest appearances there are on the show. I think Disco comes in second with 2.
Scouts with 1.
Scouts with 1. Well, I mean, look, we would like to have Scouts on more often, but we have to remodel the doorways just to get his big butt in here. Oh, I know, Hey.
Leave my guy alone.
I don't leave your guy alone. Your guy, I'll be sitting here. I will be sitting here watching television and just minding my own business, and I'll get some text message will come across. Hey, John, your hat looks like a fag. Oh. We love you, Scouts. I'm glad you're here. All right, man. 3 o'clock. That's why I promote your show. 3 o'clock on the 1 Point Safety Show with Scott and Scouts. That's a great program. And then we will be back Friday afternoon at 5:30 to discuss the upcoming Philadelphia Eagles NFC Championship game. And until then, we'll leave you with this.
You want Detroit, then you got Detroit.
Yep.
And just an insane environment Saturday night where we got all day to get right, if you know what I mean. You have no concept of what you're walking into. None whatsoever. We are 60 minutes away from hosting the NFC Championship game here in Detroit to go to the Super Bowl. You think that you're going to...
Wait. What does this guy have on his head? Is that a pair of underwear he's got on his head?
It's a wrestling
Rey
match.
Mysterio mask.
Oh, that's right. That's his wrestling mask. It might as well be a pair of underwear because when you're in it, you look like a dick.
And the next one's Young Dan Snyder.
Young Dan Snyder.
You think that you're going to walk in here and stop that from happening?
Stand on business, Stand on business.
And your awful defense?
Picked off by Quan Morton. Morton with some blocks inside the 20. Morton, pick 6.
You?
That here. Here's Gobble in trouble. Ball is out. It's recovered by the Commander.
And your awful defense?
Steps away beautifully. Firing for the end zone. Oh, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Awful defense?
Jamison Williams has it. Looking to throw it. Go throw it downfield. Intercepted.
Defense?
It's Goff throwing over the middle. And it's picked off. Jeremy Chin.
You? You? Ain't no way.